Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're breaking down a major shift. For a long time, outdated Western stereotypes have painted India as just a distant land of poverty, or maybe this exotic paradox. But that completely conceals the reality. What we're actually looking at today is a rapidly growing, absolutely indispensable global powerhouse. We're going to use the data and historical insights from our sources to decode exactly how India is positioning itself right at the very center of the 21st century global order. Let's get right into it. Let's start with the sheer scale of the place. When we talk about India, we are talking about a population of over 1.4 billion people. That makes it the world's largest functioning democracy. And honestly, that word functioning is absolutely critical here, because this isn't just a massive group of people, it's a profound test. It's a test of whether a democratic system of government with regular, freely contested elections can actually operate on this massive of a scale. And hey, it's not just about population size, it's about sheer economic momentum. With an annual growth rate hovering right around 7%, India is currently the world's fastest growing major economy. Think about that for a second. It literally drives a massive 15% of total global economic growth right now. This kind of deep integration into the global economy over the last decade, it's fundamentally raised India's prominence from a regional player to an absolute global heavyweight. Section 1. Decoding Modern India, the Internal Tapestry. So, to truly grasp all this incredible economic and political momentum, we first need to look inward. The scholar Bulchan defines 5 key features that kind of explain India's complex internal engine. First up is its incredible diversity. We're talking 15 official languages, over 300 minor ones, and something like 3,000 dialects. It is a true mosaic. Second, the deep cultural roots. You have 4,000 years of civilizational development going all the way back to early Aryan times. But it's meshed with what Bulchan noted is a very young modern state, just 34 years old when he wrote about it, following independence in 1947. That consciousness of a great ancient past rubbing up against the newness of the present, it creates a really specific internal dynamic. Now, the demographics highlight the third feature, India as a land of minorities. While 80% of the population is Hindu, the remaining slice is incredibly significant. The 12% Muslim population, along with nearly 40 million tribal and neo-Aboriginal peoples, create absolutely crucial political constituencies. Basically, no contestant for political office and no domestic or foreign policy can actually succeed without a deep awareness of these diverse groups. And that brings us to the fourth feature, the Grand Divide. The future of India literally depends on the interaction between two distinct worlds. On one side, you've got urban India, about 20% of the population living in these cosmopolitan hubs that are driving modern industry, tech, and foreign policy. On the exact opposite side, you have rural India, spread across 600,000 villages where tradition is still the principal dynamic. When these two Indias mesh effectively, like we see with the expansion of basic education and healthcare, India is a massive success. But when they don't, well, that's where serious challenges like unemployment arise. Which brings us to the fifth feature. Bulchan states, it is the essence of Indian spirituality which enables even the most deprived to endure poverty, and it is modernity which provides the prospect of improvement. So the really crucial takeaway here is that poverty, spirituality, and modernity mix in India without the paradoxical contradiction a Western perspective might expect. It's a totally unique spirit that offers the best hope for the nation. Section 2. The Global Economic Engine, from Workshop to Powerhouse. Okay. Here is exactly why this matters to you, no matter where you live. India's middle class is currently sitting at about 300 million people, but by 2030, that number is expected to double to 600 million. This isn't just some domestic statistic, it's a monumental demographic shift that will entirely dictate global consumption patterns. Indian consumers are rapidly becoming the absolute most important market for a huge range of global products and services. Let's look at a really concrete example of the shifting global confidence. In 2021, the American auto giant Ford Motor Company officially exited the Indian market. It left car enthusiasts totally heartbroken, and at the time it kind of seemed to signal a retreat from the region by major Western manufacturing. But wait, consider this staggering reversal. Ford just announced a 3,250 crore rupee investment, that is nearly 400 million US dollars, to completely revamp its Chennai plant, aiming to roll out production again by 2029. This is a massive statement. From expanding EV infrastructure to utilizing skilled local engineers, Ford clearly sees India not just as a market to test, but a market to trust. It proves India is now the world's growth engine, really leveraging its Make in India initiative and hitting record-high automotive exports. Section 3. shifting geopolitical alliances, navigating a multipolar world. Let's trace how this builds historically. During the Cold War, India was actually a founding member of the non-aligned movement, basically ensuring newly independent nations wouldn't be forced to choose between the US and the Soviet Union. Fast forward, they focused heavily on regional cooperation by founding the SAARC alliance. Then, during the global pandemic, their soft power really shined through. Massive global aid programs like Vaccine Maitri and Vande Bharat providing absolutely vital assistance worldwide. And today? Well, today they're actively shaping the new world order, aligning with the US, Japan, and Australia in the Quadrilateral Security Dialogue, better known as the Quad. Beyond just diplomacy, though, India backs up its influence with serious capabilities. Get this, they are the second largest contributor to UN peacekeeping operations worldwide. They're a massive foreign aid donor, providing over $70 billion cumulatively to developing countries. Add to that, they're a nuclear-armed state with one of the world's largest militaries, and they sit at the table of major organizations, from the G20 and the WTO, right through to BRICS and the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. Section 4, Shaping the 21st Century, a Pivotal Crossroads. As the old bipolar world order gives way to this highly fluid, multipolar reality, India's ultimate success depends entirely on balancing the scales. On one side, you have massive challenges, driving job-rich industrialization, managing rapid urbanization, and building robust climate resilience and public health systems. But on the flip side, consider the triumphs: world-class digital public infrastructure, cutting-edge space technology, unmatched soft power, and of course, sheer scale. If India can successfully convert its demographic potential into widespread prosperity, its rise will be pretty much unstoppable. Which leaves us with a massive question to ponder. We've seen the internal tapestry, the booming economic engine, and the clever geopolitical maneuvering. So, as this ancient 4,000-year-old culture continues to drive modern global innovation, will the future of the 21st century ultimately be written by the success of India? It is a truly fascinating reality to watch unfold. Thanks for joining me for this explainer, and as always, keep questioning the world around you.